At first, there is almost nothing to see. A rhinoceros stands motionless at the edge of a shrinking African waterhole, its enormous body coated in a thin layer of drying mud. Then the camera moves closer, and the landscape changes. Behind one ear, something is attached to the skin, then another, and another. Across the protected folds of the rhino's body, ticks have found places where horn, hoof, and rubbing against vegetation cannot easily reach them. Some are little more than dark specks. Others are swollen after feeding. And deeper inside the folds, many more remain hidden. For the rhinoceros, they are passengers that take without permission. But at the muddy edge of the waterhole, another animal has noticed them. A turtle raises its head. It remains still for several seconds. Then it begins to walk. There is no rush, no coordinated attack. Just a slow reptile moving across wet mud toward an animal thousands of times its own weight. The rhinoceros does not wait for it. It lowers its head. One ear turns. A massive foot shifts in the mud. And immediately, the turtle's opportunity changes. The first ticks it encounters are scattered along an exposed fold, but the turtle passes them. Ahead lies something more promising. Behind the rhino's ear, the skin folds inward, forming a protected valley. Here, the concentration is greater. The turtle stops beneath it. Its neck rises. For the first time, the difference in scale becomes extraordinary. Above stands one of Africa's largest land mammals. Below, a turtle searches an area of skin no larger than a human hand. Yet within this tiny landscape lies an entire feeding opportunity. The turtle stretches toward one swollen tick. Almost there. The rhinoceros flicks its ear. The fold closes. The target disappears. The turtle freezes. For several seconds, nothing happens. Then the rhino turns its head. The wrinkle opens again. The tick returns. So does the turtle. It approaches from below. Its mouth closes around the parasite. A short pull. But the tick holds. The turtle releases it. The opportunity has not ended. It has simply become more difficult. The turtle changes position. One step sideways. Then another. Above it, the rhinoceros continues breathing, apparently concerned with something entirely different. But each breath moves the skin. Each movement changes the angle. And every change may reveal another target. The turtle reaches again. This time, the parasite comes free. One successful feeding attempt. One tiny removal from a much larger burden. Because beyond this single fold, there are more. Around the opposite ear. Beneath the jaw, along protected creases of the neck and shoulder. Some are exposed, others remain concealed, and the turtle has only begun to search. A second turtle appears from the shallows. It does not join the first, as part of an organized team. Instead, it follows its own path along the muddy margin. The rhinoceros turns, and suddenly, another fold opens. What had looked like empty gray skin becomes a crowded miniature landscape. The second turtle stops, raises its head, and begins to approach. But the easiest targets are not necessarily the ones that matter most. The deeper the turtle's search, the more difficult this hunt is about to become. The second turtle moves closer. Above it, the rhinoceros turns its enormous head, and for only a moment, the protected folds beneath the jaw are exposed. The opportunity may last seconds. The turtle approaches. At first, it finds only scattered ticks along the outer skin, but farther beneath the jaw, the folds become deeper. And there, more parasites remain concealed. Some are small and difficult to distinguish against the rhino's rough skin. Others are visibly engorged, their swollen bodies standing out from the surrounding wrinkles. The turtle chooses one. It stretches upward. Too far. It moves closer. The rhinoceros raises its head. Instantly, The target is carried beyond reach. The turtle stops. There is no pursuit. Against an animal of this size, the turtle cannot control the encounter. It can only wait for the landscape to return. And eventually, it does. The rhinoceros lowers its head. The fold descends. The same tick appears again. The turtle approaches from the side. It grips. Pulls. Nothing. The parasite remains attached. The turtle releases it and changes position. Then the rhinoceros moves. One enormous foot presses into the mud. The shoulder rotates. The neck folds shift, and the target disappears again. But another appears. This is what makes the feeding opportunity so unpredictable. Every movement closes one path and opens another. A third turtle now emerges from the shallow water. It does not follow the others. Instead, it approaches the opposite side of the rhinoceros, where the base of an ear has become exposed to the afternoon light. Here, the concentration is striking. Across the outer surface, the parasites are scattered. But inside the protected creases, they gather far more densely. The camera moves closer. What appeared from a distance to be rough skin becomes a miniature landscape of ridges, valleys, and attached parasites. The turtle raises its head toward one engorged target. It tries once, misses. The rhino flicks its ear. The target vanishes inside the fold. The turtle waits. Seconds later, the ear settles. The wrinkle opens. The target returns. Another attempt. This time the turtle reaches it. A short pull, and the tick comes away. But the success reveals something important. Removing one parasite does not empty the fold. Others remain. Some sit farther back. Some are too deep to reach. And still more may be concealed where the camera cannot see them. The rhinoceros begins walking slowly along the water's edge. The turtles move aside from its path. Then, one by one, they reposition. Not as a team. Not according to any plan. Each simply follows whatever feeding opportunity the rhino's movement creates. And now, another section of the neck is exposed. A turtle approaches. It pauses. The skin moves with a breath. A swollen target appears between two folds. The turtle stretches, almost close enough. Then the rhinoceros takes another step. The fold collapses. The target is gone. Once again, the turtle must wait. For these small opportunistic feeders, patience may be as important as the bite itself. Because the most accessible parasites are gradually becoming harder to find. And what remains is increasingly protected by the rhino's deepest folds. Soon, even those opportunities will begin to disappear. The rhinoceros is turning toward the water. And when it steps into the shallows, the entire feeding ground will begin to sink beneath the surface. The rhinoceros turns toward the water. For the turtles, the feeding ground is about to disappear. One heavy step carries the rhino closer to the shallows. Mud compresses beneath its feet. The lowest folds of its neck shift downward, and the turtles nearest the animal move aside before cautiously repositioning along the waterline. There is still time, but not much. One turtle approaches a fold beneath the neck, where several ticks remain exposed. It searches slowly. A small target is ignored. Another lies too deep. Then it stops. Near the bottom of the fold is a visibly engorged tick. The turtle raises its head. The rhinoceros pauses. For a moment, everything aligns. The turtle stretches. It grips the parasite and pulls. The tick remains attached. The turtle releases it. Then the rhinoceros steps forward. Water flows around its feet. The target moves closer to the surface. The turtle follows through the shallows, but only as far as the depth allows. Another opportunity appears beside the first. The turtle turns toward it. Before it can attempt a bite, a ripple washes across the lower fold. The parasite disappears beneath the water. The turtle stops. The rhinoceros continues forward. One by one, the lowest feeding areas vanish. First beneath the jaw, then along the lower neck. The turtles remain behind. Yet the story is not over. The rhino's ears and upper neck are still exposed, and protected around the bases of those ears, many ticks remain beyond reach. One turtle walks parallel to the rhinoceros for several steps. It finds another angle. The rhino turns its head. A deep crease opens. Inside, several engorged parasites are briefly exposed. The turtle approaches, but the rhinoceros flicks its ear. The fold closes. Once again, the opportunity disappears. This time, it does not return. The rhinoceros moves farther into the water. Its enormous body sinks gradually beneath the surface. The shoulders disappear. Then most of the neck. Soon, only the upper head, ears, eyes, and nostrils remain above the water. The turtles stop at the muddy margin. For now, the hunt is finished. But it has not ended with every parasite removed. Far from it. A closer view of the rhino's ear reveals the survivors. Small ticks remain scattered across the outer skin. Deeper inside the protected folds, others are still attached. Several are engorged. Some were never reached. Others appeared for only a few seconds before the movement of the rhinoceros carried them away. This is the difference between opportunity and certainty in the wild. The turtles can exploit what becomes available. They cannot decide when the rhino moves. They cannot keep a fold open. And they cannot reach every parasite concealed within it. As the afternoon light becomes warmer, the waterhole grows quieter. The rhinoceros rests in the shallows. Ripples spread slowly from its body. One ear flicks. A turtle remains at the edge of the mud. Another settles partly beneath the water. Nothing appears to be happening. Then the rhinoceros begins to turn. Its head points back toward the bank. It takes a slow step, then another. The water becomes shallower. More of the neck emerges. Water streams from the folds. And with it comes a revealing glimpse of what the earlier feeding left behind. Behind the ear, protected beneath overlapping skin, another concentration of ticks remains. Some are small, others are swollen from feeding, and the deepest are still beyond the turtle's reach. One turtle raises its head. It has noticed the returning rhinoceros. The rhino takes another step toward the muddy margin. The distance between them closes. The turtle begins to move, slowly at first. Then it stops beneath the same enormous animal it had searched earlier. Above it, the rhinoceros turns its head. A fold behind the ear begins to open. One engorged tick appears. Then another. The turtle stretches upward. Its mouth is only centimeters away, but the wrinkle is already beginning to close. The turtle moves closer. The target is still there. For the moment. The first feeding cycle has revealed just how many opportunities can exist across the skin of a single enormous animal. But it has also revealed something else. The easiest targets are only the beginning. What remains is hidden deeper, protected by folds that may open for only seconds at a time. And tomorrow, when the rhinoceros returns to the water's edge, the turtles may have another chance. A harder hunt, more difficult targets, and an entire hidden landscape still waiting to be explored. Because beneath the folds of this giant, the hunt is far from over.